Alright, so I'm back with another one, and right now I want to talk about this whole Pete Davidson tattoo situation and getting Kanye West's kids tattooed on his neck. And let's get into it. Alright, so first I want to start off with just these remarks from Lord Jamar. I want to I found it pretty interesting because I do think it's pretty crazy at the reaction that this is getting, as opposed to the reaction that Kanye was getting for just like his online tweets and even his music video, basically all art. And you know, people were coming at Kanye, basically saying that he's nuts and he's doing too much. And yeah, they canceled them from shows and shit, a whole bunch of shit. And and now Pete Davidson gets his kids, Kanye West kids, tattooed, their initials allegedly tattooed on his neck. And yeah, we're gonna before we look at the picture of the tattoo, we're just gonna take a listen at to what Lord Jamar had to say.
You know, another black man they try to deem crazy and not with the shits is Kanye West. And we watched him and go through some personal things with his children, and we talked about the situation, but tried to leave the babies out of it because they really have nothing to do with this. Unfortunately, they in it, but they ain't got nothing to do with it. But we see now Kanye's ex-wife, her boyfriend got his kids tatted, the names tatted on his neck. How far is too far with this shit?
You hit me all with all this breaking news, bro. What's going on? Wait a minute. This dude got this other man's children's names tattooed on his neck?
Initials and allegedly. But yeah, that's the news right now. But then they get on Kanye for doing all this stuff. But then I don't know. As a man, ain't no man gonna put my children's initials nowhere on them. You know what I mean? That's some serious shit. But I don't know. Feeling like they fucking with Kanye now, and I don't know.
Right.
To me,
that's psychological warfare. Sound like,
for sure.
Especially if you know a guy is mentally unstable and all that, and now you're doing little shit like that to try to fucking really get under his fucking skin and just try to mentally degrade him even more. But then you see that's that passive aggressive shit. That's that gas. What? I'm not doing anything wrong. all I was doing was getting the tattoos of some children that I love. I mean,
punk shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they happen to be Kanye's children, but these are some amazing children that I'm around all the time, and I felt like, I should get their names on my neck prominently. See, that's that gaslighting shit. That's that passive aggressive shit right there. And then when Kanye bugs out over the shit, he's looking like the bad guy and shit. Yeah. He's looking like, this nigga, here he goes, flying off the handle again. It wasn't, look, he already explained why he did it. It's because he's around these beautiful children. That's why he did it. The fuck out of here, man. That's some bullshit. Like, I wouldn't be happy about that shit, man.
Fact.
I wouldn't be happy about that shit, and I'd probably be ready to whip fucking Pete Davidson's ass too for some little taunting little shit like that.
All right, so this is where you go. That's what Lord Jamar had to say, and I pretty much agree with his sentiment. I definitely think is Pete Davidson trying to get to Kanye. Well, first of all, let's just take a look at the picture and just see what we think. Let's see if we actually think that. Boom. So there it is. There it is. Is basically KNSCP. He got tattooed. You can see it there on the left hand corner. In the middle there is KNSCP. And coincidentally, it's like in a specific order of oldest to youngest, like Kim, then North, then Saint, then Chicago, then Psalms. So it's literally an order of, is that some crazy coincidence and these letters mean some shit that nobody knows, and they just coincidentally spell out Kim, North, Saint, Chicago, Psalms, like coincidentally. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't believe in coincidences like that. I definitely think it's like Lord Jamar was saying. He's trying to do some mental warfare, basically trying to get to Kanye, and then trying to do it passive aggressively too. He's trying to do it in a way where if Kanye reacts to this, now Kanye looks crazy because all Pete Davidson is like, well, I didn't do nothing. I ain't do anything, like this picture was probably taken by some paparazzi, so it's not like Pete Davidson tweeted out this picture. But he knows what he's doing. He knows that's gonna get seen. Like, I don't know, pretty sketchy. Pretty, in my opinion, it's pretty sketchy from Pete Davidson's perspective. But let's take a look at this little headline. It says Pete Davidson tattoos Kanye West kid's name on his body after creepy pedo joke. And for those of you who don't know, I think for the pedo joke they're referring to, he has some set. I don't remember it. I kind of Googled it when I read that headline. I guess he has some set where he jokes about having sex with a baby somehow. I don't know. Probably it sounds like some sick Hollywood shit, but it's also comedy in his stand-up, so I don't know. So it says Pete Davidson has had a lot of tattoos and was recently photographed with new ink on his neck. The SNL comedian had the initials KNSCP tattooed on his neck. Kardashian fans were quick to spot the tat and come up with interesting theories of what it could mean. Boom. So this was the picture right there. You see it? It says since Pete 28 has been dating 41-year-old Kim Kardashian, many think it has to do with the relationship and 4 children. According to fans, the K stands for Kim, the N stands for Northwest, the S stands for Saint, the C stands for Chicago, and the P stands for Psalms, for the family's youngest. The initials also seem to represent the kid's birth order. So it's literally in order from, you know, oldest to youngest. Boom. And then this is one that's obvious. He obviously put this out himself. And Kim has talked about this. Pete Davidson's "My Girl's a Lawyer" tattoo, and it's pretty interesting. Let me just go back over here. It's pretty interesting. If this tattoo is actually of what people are alleging it is, they haven't been together for a whole year yet. They haven't been together for a year. He hasn't known those kids for a year, and even if he has known Kim for a year, he hasn't been around her kids for that long to be like, oh, I love these people, you know, not in my eyes, to be like, oh, I love these kids so much that I'm gonna tattoo their name on me. It's pretty strange, pretty fucking crazy. And like I said, I don't know, I feel like the backlash to this, that as far as like from a mental health perspective, the backlash is not as much as it is when Kanye put out that, you know, music video. That was not that bad. People calling Kanye crazy. He was saying that it's dangerous. And I think this right here is crazy and dangerous. This right here is definitely, like, this is a music video. Nobody got hurt. Like, this guy drew some blood on the name of Kim and her kids and Kanye's kids. Like, it's weird shit. It's weird shit. He branded them on his fucking neck and shit. It's kind of weird. And then I got here just DL Hughley has some things to say, and I guess I was pretty surprised that DL Hughley said anything, because he's literally been fucking team anti Kanye, and he's been team Pete Davidson on this whole shit. But Pete Davidson basically said DL Hughley blasted Pete Davidson for appearing to get the initials of Kim Kardashian's kid's name tattooed on his neck. And this was what DL Hughley said, and I quote, "I think it's his body, it's his woman, but those are Kanye's kids. That would piss me off," the comedian told TMZ. "The father's live, he's a good father, he's taking care of his kids. I don't understand what that's all about," he continued. "It's none of my business, but if you tattoo my kids on your neck, I'd have something to say about it." David's latest ink appears to read KNSCP, letters many fans believe to stand for Kardashian and her 4 children, with her ex-husband Kanye West. And even though DL Hughley came out and said something, he, like, when he was coming out talking against Kanye West, he was never like, "Oh, this is not my business, this is that," you know. But when he's coming out against Pete Davidson, he's basically, "Oh, this is none of my business, but hey, I think it's not that good," you know. I don't know, it's kind of weird that DL Hughley would cape so much for Pete Davidson, but then I don't know, then just, you know, when it comes to Kanye, he's kind of like mildly agreeing that this is wrong, you know. And like this is totally, I think it's totally wrong. Yeah, it's his body, but it's totally out of bounds. There's definitely some mental health problems. And I want to know what y'all think. Do y'all think the tattoo stands for Kim Kardashian and her kids? And if so, you think Pete has some mental problems because of it? Do you think Kanye should reply in any way? And if any dudes out there, if your girl, if you had a kid with a girl and she, y'all were separate, she's seeing other people, and 5 months after she starts dating a guy, he tattoos her name on him, and then he tattoos your kid's name on himself. What would you do? And to the ladies, if you have some kids and you and your baby's father are separate, and you meet a guy, and 5 months after you dating this guy, he gets your name tatted, he gets your business tatted, and he gets your 4 kids tatted on him. What would you think? What would you do? Is there some mental health problems? Should people be more, on Kanye West's side on this? Should people be supporting Pete Davidson as much as they are? I feel like they are, because he's not getting no backlash. There's no like, oh, Pete is crazy movement the same way there was a Kanye's crazy movement. Do y'all think it's a black and white thing? I think it kind of is. It's America, and Kanye black. Kanye West is a black man. Pete Davis is a white dude. Fucking yeah, and I think there's definitely a biased narrative when it comes to their mental healths and their mental states. But y'all let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.